All right, hello guys. This is Calvin Taunton, and today I kind of want to give a little overview. It's probably gonna be a long video because I like to talk a lot, but I'm gonna be going over the Thai language mainly on its phonology, and mainly focusing on tones. So this video assumes that you have knowledge of what the consonants are, what sounds do they make, and the vowels, and how to tell between long and short vowels. That's pretty much it. And I'll go over the other stuff later, but we're gonna be focusing on tones. Tones. This if you are struggling on tones, this video is for you. And I'm not saying, and I'm not promising that you're gonna be able to understand this on day one. I'm not gonna give you like a little shortcut. I'm gonna give you what the rules are and how to easily remember them. Maybe not how to easily remember them, but you get the idea. You get the gist. I'll try my best to express it in the most practical way possible, and to show you how to actually see these consonants and actually see the implications, how to mentally calculate how to get these rules without needing to like stress yourself over everything. And I'll give a lot of tables, I'll give a lot of reference, and I'll try to help you out and try to memorizing this in every step of the way. But first off, we're gonna go over this little tone map right here. This little map or graph that shows all the tones in Thai. And by Thai, I mean Central Thai. The standardized Thai that is spoken by people in Kruntep, the capital, Bangkok. So there are five. There are five different tones in the Thai language: mid tones, high, low, rising, and falling. So what that means is that if you speak Cantonese, if you speak Vietnamese, if you speak Lao, if you speak any other of those languages, you would understand, or even Mandarin, you would understand that all of these languages and I'm mainly pointing out to the ones in the East Asian, Southeast Asian type of region, because those languages are well known for that. And of course, there are way more other languages around the world that use tonal language, but I'm focusing on those because that's what I've noticed it more on, and that's what I've been focusing more on. It basically means that every word has its own tone, and tone means the pitch that you say the words at, the pitch. And of course, not everyone is a musician, of course, but not everyone is singing their words literally, but they're setting their things to a pitch. So for example, in English, you raise your pitch of voice when asking a question, like, do you want to go? Do you want to go to the store? Notice that your pitch rises up. So English has pitch, but not tones. Tones are very different because these tones are used in every word, and tones are used for differentiating words. So so you can have one syllable, but there are five different ways of saying it. Those five things mean different things. So let's go over these tones right now before I keep rambling about this stuff. So the first tone that I want you to go over is the mid tone. The mid tone is your bass voice. That is like this is your normal speech. Like what I'm speaking now, that's like mid tone. So I have an example of the word pie. It's just mid tone. It's just your usual tone. It's like your natural tone, and then your fluctuations are gonna go crazy. So we're gonna go over the two extremities of your voice, your highest voice or your low voice. High is obviously your highest voice, and of course I give the symbols down in IPA to give you a little reference point. It basically means you're gonna go from middle all the way up to high, So it's you're raising it up. You're raising it up just from your mid voice to your high voice. So it's like, so your mid is going to be rod, and then your high is going to be rod, right? It goes to your high tone, rod, and it's the highest I can say it. It's the highest I can say it without breaking my voice. Rod. Now I'm going to go to the next extremity, the low voice, the low. Sip. It's literally the lowest you can go without breaking your voice, like naturally, like fluidly. Sip. Next one is rising tone. rising tone. That's basically going from low, you're dipping down low, and you're going high. And this is why this map, this map is a big helper personally for me, but I don't know if it is for you. It's basically going low to high. So it's like kong, kong, kong. It's like kind of like the third tone of Mandarin, ma, ma. You're like going low and you're going high. And then falling, I think I kind of say that it's like a fourth tone in Mandarin, 四声, like ma, 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 ma is that fourth tone. But here in Thai, it literally just means you're falling down. You're going from high all the way down to low. So I have T. So it's not T. It's not T. It's not T. It's not T. It's just T. 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 You're going from high and then to low. And you're transitioning quickly. Because it's one syllable. T. T. And of course, it's really, really hard to, like, for native English speakers, even for me, to properly pronounce these tones. And of course, I probably butchered them up. But that is my best representation of how to represent those tones. And of course, if you want to look into more on how these tones work, go to like a Thai dictionary or look up a video of a native speaker speaking it. I'll probably put a link in the description about like how those basic tones sound like. But yeah. Next thing we're gonna go over before we go everything is that the Thai script. It may not look like it. It gives full information on how what tones should you use, because there are rules for each of the consonants and the vowels to determine what kind of tone should you use. Unfortunately, 3 factors are only needed in order for you to determine what tone you need. First point is whether the syllable is sonorant or plosive, or alive or dead. What I mean by that is whether you can say the syllable for a long time or for forever. Theoretically forever, but you're not gonna say things forever. But to your all your vocal facilities, can you say that syllable for a long time? That's a live syllable. If you can't, or if you have to stop, it's dead. So what are the conditions for a live syllable? Live syllables end with a long vowel or an M, an M, an N. This is an NG, like nga, ngu, yeah, nga, and then wa, and then the ya. And I say these because these are only variations of your mouth but it allows air to come out. It's not a stop. So is a long vowel. Long vowels and these consonants make it go on and on and on forever. Wa, ya. You see what I mean? Dead syllables and dead syllables are short and end with p, t, k. And notice that compare to a p. You can say for a long time. P, you cannot. You cannot say that p sound for a long time. Why is that the case? Because it's a plosive. It stops your voice. It obstructs your flow of air. It is a literal stop. So is a T, so is a K. You can't say for a long. Try to say t for a long time. And if you hit them with a tss, notice it's a TS. Your S is making that noise. And S is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a T, just a pure T. So is a K. K has that same principle. So what I like to remember is if your syllable ends in a long vowel, it's live. If it's short vowel, it's dead. And if it ends with a consonant that you can say forever without any obstruction, that's alive. Otherwise, it's dead. So yeah. Number 2 is the class of the consonant, the class of the initial consonant. Class is probably what every time you hear in a Thai class, not class as in Thai class, but different categories where you put your consonants in. And unfortunately, these three classes may sound misleading. Oh, if it's a high class, would it go in high tone? Not necessarily. Middle tone goes to middle class, or low class going to a low tone? Not necessarily. It's not like that anymore. It may have been that way in Thai, But there have been historical changes in Thai, to the Thai language, because the script in Thai, or how you write things in Thai, has stayed constant. However, the way you say or read these words have not. Fortunately, they're all not so irregular as of yet. For now, we have reached a stage of Thai where everything is all recorded, where everything is standardized, or where everything is we know where we can sort these vowels, or these consonants based on high, middle, and low. And these are based on historical features. And let me read off of this. Thai consonants can be split into 3 classes based off on historical features of the consonants used in Sanskrit. Since all Thai consonants have a one-to-one correspondence with Sanskrit ones, they are as follows. Because Thai is a Buddhist language, so is Sanskrit. And then it's not a Buddhist language, but it's very influenced by Buddhism, and it takes a lot of words from Sanskrit and Pali, the two original languages in Buddhism. And Thai tries its best to transcribe everything to make things faithful to the Sanskrit and Pali spellings. Even though Thai and Sanskrit are 2 different languages, they pronounce things differently. Thai tries their best to write the same, and they try to have a one-to-one correspondence. It's kind of like how the English try to copy what the French do, even though they say things differently. For example, color and center is of course not pronounced like that in French, like center, like centre, but in British English this is spelt center. But notice that they preserved the French spelling. It's kind of like that, but it's in Thai, so it's a different language. But you get what I mean, right? So there are 3 classes in Thai based on these historical features that were in Sanskrit but have been lost in Thai. They are as follows. High class is an unvoiced consonant, but it's aspirated. By that I mean there is voicing and unvoicing means whether there's a vibration on your throat. So unvoiced but aspirated. Aspirated means that some air comes out. Middle is voiceless as well, so unvoiced. Unaspirated stops. So voiceless, there's no vibration at the throat. Unaspirated, there's no air coming out of it. Stops. It's like a P, T, K, or a K. Notice that no air, not a lot of air comes out, and it's voiceless. If you try to make the K sound and then feel your throat, there's not a lot of vibration coming out of it. And in low voice, low class consonants are all voiced, so they do have a vibration on your throat. And of course, Thai does not have these same things, but it tries to have a one-to-one comparison to Sanskrit. So this is what the Sanskrit looks like. You're going to take a little arranged based on articulation. And then now we have the Thai. Now we have the Thai version of it. And as you see, they do try to copy off of each other. So from this, I don't know if you can see the black ones. Black is low. I tried to highlight it low, but I don't know. But I hope you guys can see that. So high is basically all these things in the middle, and plus that because remember is voiceless, but it's aspirated because air is coming out. So right, and in the middle is basically all of these red ones, or basically on the row. So because they're voiceless and unaspirated stops, so they're voiceless. They don't have a vibration, and there's no aspiration, and then it's a stop. It's a stop. So it's a d, t, right? And of course. And if you want to, and if you're saying, Calvin, why does this have a D sound? But why does this have a D sound? But that's voice. Well, because this syllable, this letter came directly from Sanskrit, and of course this is based on Sanskrit's, whether Sanskrit is voiced or not. But now this has been lost in Thai, so it's quite different. And in low class is basically everything else, but that's voice. So ko, k. K is based on g in Sanskrit, and g in Sanskrit is voiced. Therefore, this is low. This would have been voiced. This would have been, but now it's low class. these little ways of articulation are not faithful to the modern Thai today, but it's very important for historical reasons, and it's very important to see which are high, which are low, which are low. And these are all the consonants that are actually available in Thai. Feel free to take a little screenshot if you would like to, because this will be very important later. So that's the second one. And the third basic factor is the length of the vowel. The length. So whether it's short, whether it's long. So it's the difference between ah is a short vowel, is a long vowel. So this is very different from how you think in English, because I bet in school you have learned that is a short vowel, but a is a long vowel. That's totally bull crap. Like that doesn't even where's the contrast in that? But in Thai, or basically it's in practical situations, is short, but is a long one. I think you can understand that. So first of all, I sort out everything by tables, of course. We're going to go over what these tables are very quick, and we're going to learn how to pronounce these. Real quick. So first of all, what you do here is first look at whether the syllable is live or dead. Then look at the class of the consonant. Then if it's dead, you see whether it's short or long. And also, what I need to put here is number 4, a little impromptu, called an audible here. Tone marks. If tone marks are used, and tone marks are not used for dead ones, but live ones will be very important. You'll see why. And I'll explain all of this later before I get into a rant. I need to control myself on this, do I? So dead syllables are ones, of course, that you cannot say for a long time. They end in a stop. And of course, this whole thing assumes that you understand how the Thai script works. If you just know how the consonants and vowel works, great. Welcome to this video. So dead syllables, of course, are based on 6 different scenarios. 3 classes, 2 types of vowels, 2 types of vowel length, short or long. So let's go over them. So let's start with the low ones. Low, if it's a low initial consonant and it's short, it's high. It's going to be like rak, rak, rak. And then, but if it's long, falling. Mag, mag. And if you notice here, you look at the initial consonant of the syllable, because every syllable has their own tone. And then, yeah, you can refer back to this table if you would like, or try your best to memorize the whole table. Middle is low regardless. If it's a low one, and it's obviously going to be low no matter what. So deed, and then also if it's going to be long, it's low as well. Pad. Next one is high. Next one is a high. If it's a high consonant, it's also going to be short regardless. So kap, and then sop. So fortunately, all you got to do is memorize. If it's dead, middle, or high, it's always low, regardless. And if you got to remember that if it's a low and it's short, high, low, long, falling. There's probably some mnemonics you can make with that. I don't have any available because I'm not the type of person to do that stuff. So yeah. Fortunately, dead syllables are the most simple. Next we have, the live syllables. Live syllables without tone marks are pronounced with a middle tone. That's easy to remember if the consonant is in low or middle class. But it's rising if the consonant is in the high class. That is the basic rule. That's the base tone for both of these. And however, if there are tone marks, only 2 are used. Only 2 of them are used that you should be really concerned about. The my ek and the my to are used. And of course, I'm not saying this with tone, I'm saying this with very anglicized pronunciation. My ek and my to are used. And because of linguistic changes, these marks they no longer represent the intended tone. So if you notice here, the Thai names for my ek and my to would have should have perfectly corresponded to how these tones were used. You have where my ek would have been a low, and then my to would have been a falling. until it wasn't. It's not that way anymore. So we have these different rules. So as we said earlier, middle tone without any if there are no tone marks and it's lower middle consonant, it's middle tone for both of these scenarios. And if it's high, if there's a high initial consonant, then it's a rising. My ek and my tol are different. This is what you got to remember. If it's low and it has that little marking on top, it's a falling. Like this, for example. And then if it's middle and it has that tone mark, it's low. I don't know, this one's falling, this one's low, and this one's low. You get it? And then of course we're gonna learn we're gonna pronounce these words together. So middle, ma. Same thing for middle. If it's a middle, dam. Right? And there's no tone mark, and then there's high, and it's rising. Ka. Right? And then if there's a ma'ek on it, and it's low, it's falling. So, mai. Like mai chai. Mai. The middle is going to be low, so dong. Right? And then the same thing for high as well. Call. It's falling low. Nice. And then now we have my tol. So what is my tol going to be? This little tone mark. And if its tone mark's marked and it's a low consonant and it's high, ma in the middle, it's going to be falling. So tong. And notice that these are the same. These consonants are the same. However, it's these tone marks that change it. Tong. And then the high is going to be high, and my tol is going to be falling. So kang. So take the time to if you would like to take a little screenshot. These are, of course, for live syllables. I should have written that down so that you can take a readily available screenshot for you. Take that screenshot, and you can also take this one. And if you want to, take this one as well, which shows all the sounds and all the different Thai names for it. And maybe for some bonus points, tell me what tones do each of these words make? And a little hint, no, they're not. No, their names are not fully. They're not exactly the same tone as they say they are. Like for example, xiang saman is not necessarily mid-tone. Is not. What I mean by that is the syllables are not pronounced in the mid-tone necessarily. But if they are, tell me if they are. That might have been sound confusing. Let's go to the next one. There are two other tone marks that are very, very, very easy. Fortunately, these two other tone marks, the Maitri and my Chatawa, are also used, although they're less common, they're actually consistent. Maitri always produces a high tone. Always. So it trumps all the rules. Very powerful. Same thing with my Chatawa, but my Chatawa always produces a rising tone. So great. So that is great. And I'm gonna try to. I might make another video that shows different examples. I might make a little companion video. But for now, this will only go over the rules. So in this case, multiple consonants are used. So because there's sometimes you get consonant clusters in Thai. If you get different consonant clusters in Thai, usually a good word of thumb, focus on the consonant that comes first. That is the class that you want to take. Because if there's two consonants, two different classes, always take the one that goes first. And there are two dual scenarios that actually exonerate this fact. Exemplify this rule of thumb. we got the honan, ho. This ho, you know the whole consonant. When the ho is before a low class consonant, it is silent, but it makes the other consonant clusters high class. So we have this H is silent, but U is not silent. So what would it be? Well, of course, it's a low it's a high, and it's dead. And it's dead and there's no tone mark. So what should you do? It is high. There's no are there tone marks? No. There are no tone marks and it's dead. So it's high rising. So this would be pronounced yud, yud. And then Lord, Lord. And this is also high class. So Lord, Lord are high and there's no tone marks. So yeah. And then the next one is only applies to 4 words, but I kind of want to make these known. The o, this consonant basically means it's like there's no, it's treated as a consonant type, but it's not really. It's more of a glottal stop. It's just a filler. It's just a filler for a vowel, and it comes only before the y, the y, and it makes it mid class. Why? Because this is mid class. Why is it mid class? It's a voiceless, unaspirated. It's a voiceless, unaspirated stop. It's a glottal stop. So it makes it mid class. So for example, yak, yak like this. Yak, yak. How would you actually pronounce it? Well, if it's mid class, it has nothing, so it's yak, yak. How about this one? Ya. It's a high tone. It's high. It's live. It's high, so it's yak, yak. And my apologies. My apologies. This is dead. So I should have referred to this middle. And if it's a long vowel, it's yak, yak. And for homework, you should try to determine what tones are these examples. So I want to give some examples. I'll give more examples later in the later video that actually exemplifies all the rules that I went over. But I want to give some examples. First one is, I already give you the answer here, but this is what it should look like in your mind. Akad, 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 which means weather. So what you do is you break it down to every single 2 syllables. Akad. So this is a middle class because it's just as explained earlier, and an is a long vowel. And since it's live, well, it doesn't even matter if it's live because it's a live syllable, but it does not matter if it's a long vowel. So it would be in the middle class with no marks. So it's middle. Nice. Now we have the last syllable. Kad. So we have, it's dead. Why? Because there is an ending that makes a T sound. So kad. And it's middle because the kokai is right here. It's middle class. It historically was a voiceless, unaspirated stop in Sanskrit. Therefore, it's middle class in Thai. And it's a long vowel. So if you were to memorize the rules, it is middle and it's long. So it's low. Kad. So it would be pronounced akad. Akad. Another example I want to put here is Pasha Thai, which means the Thai language. So first off, we have Pasha Thai. You split it down, you split it up first, and then you refer to each what class is the consonant. So the consonant is low. It's a low, and it's a live syllable because there's a long vowel. Is a long vowel. And then the p sound is a low class. Why is it a low class? Well, because I said so. It's in there, and it was voiced in Thai, right? Buh. Buh. It was buh, but now it's p. P. So it's pa. So it's middle. Pa. And if you want to see it for yourself, wait, wait. It's live. It's high, it's low. Yeah, it's middle. Sa is a high and it's live. High class. There's no tone mark, so it's rising. And then high it's a low class and it's live, so it's middle as well. So pa sa tai. So if you watched this entirety of this video, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, I will briefly show these tables right here just for you, just so that you can screenshot it. And of course, if you would like to go to this link, this will actually give where I got these things from, and it's from Stuart Ray J. He's an absolute big genius. I believe he's a polyglot, and he's really good at speaking Thai, and he was the guy that helped me get hands down about what is this Thai, what in the world is this Thai tonal system. It actually is very beautiful when it comes to historically. So I want to take you should take the time to take screenshots of the tables in case you haven't yet. I'm going to briefly show them right here. These are ones for dead syllables. And here's one for live syllables. And all that good stuff here. So that is pretty much it for my video. This has been Calvin Tong. Thank you so much for watching. You don't have to subscribe. I honestly don't really care. But if you found this video very helpful, I knew it was super long. I'll try to split things up. But yeah, please like it. Please subscribe. No, you don't have to like it. You don't have to subscribe. I'm just saying that because every YouTuber says it. So why not I say it? I'm no YouTuber, but whatever. I will try to put some examples that actually shows up all the rules. That actually gives an example of all the rules in a later video as a companion video. But for now, see you guys and have a really wonderful day.